I'm standing at the entrance to Aso Farmland petting zoo, which is called Touch Animal Kingdom, an ironic name. On the left you can see the goats and one sheep, and in front of them, outside their enclosure, is the food stall where you can buy vegetables and pellets to feed the animals. In that building there are 2 rooms. In the back room the guinea pigs live, and in the front room there are a number of small animals, including 2 snakes and 2 owls. That dome on the right, as we approach it, is where the capybaras sleep at night. They share it with the mara and get their evening meal there. The length of this small petting zoo is about 40 yards, and it is about 20 yards wide. You can see inside the dome where the capybaras sleep. There is a small pond, and they have bamboo and hay and vegetables at night. There are several pens there which were not being used when we were there. The capybaras cannot go back into their home during the day. They have no escape from the noise of the visitors and the other species who often frighten them. Some of the other species frighten them. That is the dome where people and animals shelter when it rains. I believe in winter there is a stove, so I imagine this is where the capybaras would come to keep warm in the cold months of winter. Aso is at altitude, so it can get quite cold. The beavers often go in there. There was a platform they like to sit on. That is the shallow pond where the capybaras sometimes swim, and they often rest just beside that pond, as they're doing now. That's whip in the foreground, then donut, then syrup, and the last one was Ryosuke. In this little enclosure, there are 2 meerkats and 1 prairie dog. You can buy pellets to feed them. The floor of this zoo is entirely concrete, which is completely unacceptable. No good zoo would have animals living on concrete. There are macaws in the tree on the left that we are passing who screech and frighten the capybaras, especially Whip. We are now approaching the beaver area. The beavers have 3 enclosures and 2 ponds, and at the back there is a beaver set with a larger pond. The beavers stay in their enclosure until about 1 o'clock. They don't have to come out, and they can go back into their enclosure at any time if they ask. This is completely the opposite of the poor capybaras, who can never escape and go back into an enclosure of their own. The beavers are the most popular animals, and they get fed much, much more than the capybaras. Donut, in particular, gets very little food from the visitors.